The story had that the only remedy to avoid the drums and feast of bloody war was a human sacrifice. None of the villagers accepted to pay the price, but as the days of ultimate panic drew near, the prince, the only son of the king, decided to pay the ultimate price to free his people. On that agonizing day, he was skinned alive. Decomposing cow dung was thoroughly applied all over his body before he was taken to the village refuse site for easy vermiculation by maggots. Not so long, masses of maggots had formed thick vibrating clusters all over his body, though he was still alive. No one could behold such sight. He mourned, his cries of pain piercing through the heart of the village. Within few most horrible hours history had ever recorded, he gave up. He had paid the ultimate price. Now, as a village shall experience war victory. But no, contrary to your thoughts, none of the villagers accepted to call on the name of the prince as their deliverer, which was the last ritual to seal the ultimate price he had already paid. The war came and left us a village a mere dunghill, for every single one was killed. What a foolish villagers. What an ultimate price to pay, and what a loving prince. Having to head from martyr that Christ passed through even a more horrible death. Did Mark stated that Christ died and resurrected to give you assurance. Having to read from Luke that all you need to do to end your misery is to accept and call on his name. For John said as many as believe in him, to them he gave the power to become the sons of God. Oh, could it be you are still doubting the words of Isaiah that say that the chastisement of our peace was upon him? I am telling you now, a man God called Jesus paid your full price. Accept him today and receive your royal honorarium. Not tomorrow, not later, not after, because the horrific soul-draining war is just by the corner. But it has always been a choice. Even Christ leaving his glory for glory, his palace of gold for a place of gloom, his authority to this territory. You never argued over the price of your debt. I don't know why you hesitate to grab your free assets. If there was anything greater than his blood, he would have still given for you. All this unseeming price he paid for. As a good curator, he wanted the best for his curators, that instead of captives, we become captains. But as always, man has chosen death over life. Man has refused to call on his name. Man has refused to accept him. Instead, they've banished him from their lives. Behold, they've ostracized the one that freed them. How many of you will not want an accolade for doing the least things? How many of you will not want a thumbs up for giving the least help? How many of you will not want a kudos for assisting a loved one? How much more dying for someone who has no atom of love for you? You truly owe Christ some apology. He paid the price. But you can choose to refuse him and remain in chains though freed. Yet, he paid the ultimate price, that instead of captive, you become a captain, capturing your previous captors. He paid the ultimate price. Follow him and see all you desire follow you. Have a look there, in the word. Can you see free people still living in bondage? People of fertile land living in desert, children of kings eating with pigs, owners of palace living in goat pens. He, having received your battering, why should the devil still shatter you? He, having arose that you may not be confused, why do you still stutter, stumbling in darkness? I command the world, through his word, to applaud me via the authoritative power I received emanating from the ultimate price he paid for me. How about you? The price. The price is too costly for me to be a wasted investment. The price I couldn't pay is just too enormous for me to leave my numerous blessings behind. Oh, I collect to the only one who was jeered by the unloving people he loved and came to cheer. Oh, I collect to he that left his palace for his populace. No other price is greater than the price he paid for your soul, dear one. He could have chosen to pay half the price and give you half the freedom, but he chose to pay your full debt. It's foolishness living in bondage still. It's ignorance living in partial freedom. It's only wise to grab your total freedom, for yes, the Prince of Peace did pay your full debt. Come on, Americans, Africans, Asians, Europeans, come, and I will whisper this to you again. The prince paid a price without expecting any prize. This is the ultimate price that has ever been paid. Amazingly, it was paid for you. Mr. John 3 verse 16 has more detail. This isn't a mere story, it's a reality.